It is lovely to see you in the safety of the Good Morning Britain studio.
feels good to be here.
Does
Do
it
you feel honoured
grounded?
to be here, chaps?
Absolutely.
I've met you. We were at, do you know La Conversation in a cafe in Los Angeles on Santa Monica and Doheny? Last time I saw you, and I think the only time we've ever met. Isn't that true?
Jeff, I was not going to name drop in such an outrageous manner, but since you brought up the fact that we go to the same cafe in Beverly Hills. We do. And I saw you there with your lovely wife.
Yes, Emily.
In your courtship period before, without coming to speak to you. And I remember thinking, what a lovely couple. You married, you've had a baby.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
Life is great for you,
It sure is. We had a baby on Independence Day, July 4th.
Did you really?
Yeah. While we were shooting the movie in Albuquerque, we had it on July 4th.
That is brilliant.
How has becoming a dad changed things, then?
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. He's wonderful. I'm just in love with him, and I see her. Our relationship has changed, I think. I see her as a mom. It's delicious. It's a beautiful thing. Do you have kids, both of you?
I've got 4.
Oh, my God,
Yeah,
4?
We've got 7 between us.
Yeah.
And most of them boys.
Really?
Yeah.
Ours is a boy, Charlie. Really? So
Your boy's middle name is Ocean.
That's right. Ocean.
Why Ocean?
I don't know. We kind of happened upon it, and we like the ocean. I don't know. Do we just like that name? It's crazy. It's a little bit kooky, but
I like it.
you like it,
Now,
Charlie Ocean.
Liam, I don't want to leave you out of this interview, obviously. But you were just a tiddler when the first movie came out.
Yep. I was around 7 years old. Yeah,
And did you watch it then?
I watched it on VHS. I wasn't technically allowed to watch it at the time. My parents didn't want me to, but I snuck in when my brothers were watching it. And,
Now, VHS, for our younger viewers...
It's a cassette player.
Oh, my God.
videotape. Tape.
But you said you watched Will Smith punching an alien in the head.
That's what stood
and
out
it
for me the
basically
most.
defined you for the rest of your life.
Absolutely, yes. That's the reason I became an actor, was because Will Smith punched that alien in the face.
To follow Will Smith in a movie of that magnitude, you've basically got to be a cocky Australian, haven't you? To have the front
cocky
to do
Australian.
it. It's a big thing to do this. Did you have any doubts, any reservation about following a guy like Will Smith in a movie so big?
Yeah, I mean, initially I sort of was concerned about just doing a second film 20 years later. It's a great fun script and wonderful people are part of it. And I
Jeff,
think,
of course, you're Benjamin Button of this because you look younger than you did in the first movie.
Get out of there.
I mean, you do look ridiculously healthy.
I do. Well, I take care of myself. And, you know, having a baby, I think that keeps you young, doesn't
It
it?
keeps you awake.
Really?
Doesn't necessarily help keep you looking young, but it's working for you.
You guys look fresh as daisies.
We've been up since 3, just for you guys.
No, is that
Yes.
true?
Jeff-
You must go to bed real early, too.
Not early enough.
No.
About midnight last night for me.
No,
like to cater
so you don't
at
get your
both
sleep?
ends.
So you got 3 hours of sleep or 2 hours of sleep, and then you nap later in the day?
Yeah, nano
You do?
naps.
I love a nice nap.
Yeah.
Do you wear a sleep mask? Because I think if you block out the light, you can actually sleep.
sleep much better.
Don't you think so?
B12.
I know why you're so fit. You're not going to believe this, but we actually, for a long time, shared at the same time the same personal trainer in Los Angeles.
So how come he looks like that and you
obvious.
look
I mean,
like this?
thank you,
obvious.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I
Jeff
thought the two
Goldblum.
of you were cut from the same cloth.
Thank you, Jeff Goldblum.
It's the same teacher, I get it.
I was waiting for
Right.
somebody to say, obviously you had the same trainer. We did a 6'7" Austrian torturer
a big
called,
guy.
called Alex, and he would say to me, come on, Liam is doing much better. I said, well, of course he is.
Yeah.
He's 20 years old.
Yeah. You work out every day, Liam?
No, haven't been sleeping much on this tour. I was
must go to
inspired
bed.
this morning. I got up at 4 and I had my first workout in the last
You did?
probably 6 months.
We're staying at the same hotel. We can't say what, probably. But we went to that gym. You like that gym?
It's a nice gym. Yes,
a
it's a very
nice-
nice gym.
it's a
I was doing
nice
some
gym.
pull-ups, and where the pull-up bar is, you look out over the city. It's beautiful.
Oh, you face that way.
it's a
I
great-
face the other way.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh no, you got to look at the city.
Oh, nice.
How many pull-ups can you do, Liam?
I used to be able to do more, but I herniated a disc in my back surfing right at the end of last year, and I've spent the last 6 months trying to get it better, and only in this past month have I sort of been able to do physical things again. So I used to be able to do a lot of pull-ups.
We just had
Getting old though.
We just had the very sad death of Muhammad Ali. You tweeted a picture about him. You put it on Instagram.
Oh, look at that. I didn't see
Liam,
that.
you tweeted it was you and Miley and Muhammad Ali. That was probably 3 years ago, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a few years
And
ago.
you paid a great tribute to him. I mean, what was he like? I mean, I met him once, literally for a few seconds. I never forgot it.
Yeah.
The sheer presence of that man. I know, Jeff, you met him as well. But Liam, first, to meet Ali, what did he mean to you? What does he mean to the world, do you think?
I'd grown up, my dad always watched boxing and followed boxing and would always talk about Muhammad Ali being the greatest. And yeah, that moment, meeting him, my meeting was very brief as well, but I don't know. I was kind of speechless and shaky and just came up.
You don't forget it, Jeff, and you met him as well.
I'll never forget it. That's a beautiful picture of you guys. Yeah, we had a lovely meeting, but he always
We've got you with him there.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a picture. Yeah. I've never seen that picture. I don't have that picture.
I will sort you a copy of that picture.
I would love to have that. I can't believe that. Look at that. Yeah, we had a lovely time. He couldn't have been more gracious and more delightful, but he's always meant something to me. I was, because I'm of the age that I remember him, my friend and I, Bobby D, he said, hey, there's this new guy, Cassius Clay. Have you heard about him? This is whenever it was, 60 or so. We were, very young. He said, yeah, and we followed him. He said, oh, he made a bet. I'm going to get this tomato red Cadillac if I win this fight. And we put on gloves and we started to fight. That's why we started to fight. I remember our first fight. And I looked in, and we went a couple of rounds, and then I looked at myself in the mirror afterwards, and I had like big, I had things, coming out of my face, and I was like, I don't know if this is for me, But I followed him, and then my friend Bruno Kirby, we went to see all his fights, pay-per-view at that point. Mm-hmm. It was the most exciting night of my life. We came out of that fight with George Foreman.
Amazing.
After seeing it, oh my, it was exhilarating. I could go on, but it was exhilarating. He's fantastic.
Extraordinary man. Liam, you've got 2 older brothers. I've got 2 younger brothers, and I used to beat the 7 bells out of them right to the moment they got big enough to beat them out of me. Was there a tipping point with yours where finally you stood up to be counted?
I just used to use weapons to fight. That was, I was so much smaller than both my brothers, so I'd grab things. The broomstick was right next to the fridge. There was a crack in between the wall and the fridge, and I used to run for the broomstick and then,
Really?
Yeah.
And actually assault your brothers with it?
Yeah, that was the only way I could win. So.
On Thor, you both got to the last 4, right?
Yeah.
He actually tanked in his first audition. You did better. You must have been thinking, I've got this. And then Big Brother comes along, swipes away the golden goose. How do you feel about that?
You know what? I actually feel good about it. I think it would have ruined our relationship if I had... No, it wouldn't have ruined our relationship, but it would have been weirder if I had gotten it over him,
If a younger brother
being the younger brother. Because that was the first thing I said when he didn't even get called back after his first audition. And I got flown over from Australia at the time, and I said, well, I must just be more of a man than you. That's what I said to him.
You're one of my favourite actors in the world. Do you punch an alien in this movie?
Yes, I do.
Show me the punch.
Yeah, well,
Can you do it
on his hand?
Okay, and then can you do it on his?
It was a running punch. I need at least 100 metres for this punch.
We've got enough studio, and the face is right. Oh, no, I'm only kidding. Lovely to see you both. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your time in our lovely country.
Lovely to see you. Thank you.